Hello everyone, welcome back to the stream brain fart. Welcome to a new video. Today we're going to be checking out Pride Month Fell Off, and I'm glad. This is actually a huge surprise to me. It's like there's just so many things happening right now in real time. Like you would think this shit's a cartoon, but apparently a lot of the people in the community, well, I'm not in the community, I'm not in the gay community or anything like that, but lesbian stuff like that are saying everything's falling off because I'm hearing like brands stuff are pulling out and whatnot, and I was interested to see her perspective. We're going to be watching a video from Finding Sky today, and hopefully you guys enjoy it as well. Make sure to check her out. I'll link her video down below. Make sure to leave a like and a comment and subscribe. I need all the love and support I can get. Let's get into it, and here we go.
Pride Month fell off. In June 2025, companies that once turned
She looks familiar. I feel like I've seen her before. I'm not sure. I think I know her. Not like in person, but I feel like I've seen her like in a video before.
logos into rainbows are now withdrawing their financial support from the upcoming Pride parades. Target no longer has their merch at the front of the store. Instead, they replace it with t-shirts for the 4th of July.
Yeah, I peeped that. I was about to say, I noticed that when I was in stores, like the Pride representation is extremely lacking. And I'm okay with it. I'm be honest, I'm okay with it. Not being blasted 24/7 with rainbows, that's, you know, it's nice.
It's hilarious because it's
obviously
symbolic and
God's rainbows. That's fine, but the other rainbow, seeing it 24, I mean, I don't mind it, but you know, I'm just chatting at this point. But all I'm saying is like it's pretty nice.
literal representation of putting America first. Where there was once rainbows and pride slogans, there's now American flags. This shift was pretty predictable. I've made several videos over the years
Beautiful flags
about how identity politics and pride parades were damaging the public perception
Maybe I've seen one of these videos. I might have.
of the LGBT community. And with recent stats showing that people's support for gay marriage has dropped considerably, it's not hard to see why. When a culture is created around the idea that you shouldn't care.
That's surprising. That's the first time I'm hearing this statistic. I mean, I can see where the sentiment. I've been saying this kind of things for years, like with pride and you know, with how they're pushing things on people and society. It's just making people like push away from it more and more, you know.
What other people think of you. It sounds really good in theory. Just be yourself, live your life, don't worry about anyone else's opinions. But when you take this ideology to an extreme, you end up
I love how she drew Pride Month Fell Off to let us have the point solidified in our noggins.
people naked on the street.
Hey, yo, what? Nah, that's cool. No, that's out of pocket. I knew that kind of thing was happening, but like seeing that many people do it and not get arrested is insane.
Exact disregard for the public opinion that damaged our reputation. While many in this community hold the position that we shouldn't care whether or not our actions are deemed acceptable by the public, I hold the opposite position. I say we have a responsibility to show the public that we want to act equally, be treated equally, and don't expect any special treatment. The LGBT movement started out as simple as wanting everyone.
Yeah, that's valid. A very respectable and honest take. I definitely agree. I mean, in certain cases, I think it's okay to get some kind of help. For whatever situation you have going on, but I see where she's coming from, and it's definitely valid.
To mind their own business about what was happening in our bedrooms, and yet now everyone's yelling from rooftops, look at what I do in my bedroom. You lost the plot, and we lost the public when LGBT became more associated with degenerate.
I love her name cards. This is great uses of literacy
Than it did with equality. Pride parades have unfortunately become associated with hypersexualization and ideological agendas, even though this was not the original intention of these events. It was supposed to be a celebration of our freedoms, not a public display of fetish. But unfortunately, it got co-opted by a bunch of people who we can all agree were
Yo, what? This is normal. And then this is just unhinged. things. What the fuck?
Inappropriately. I understand that a majority of Pride attendees aren't partaking in this behavior, but the majority of media does not have this same understanding. Allowing this type of behavior at these events is damaging to the image of the entire community, even if it is only showing the extreme minority, which is why I almost feel relieved to finally see Pride Month falling off. Most of us don't want to be the center of attention and have been anxiously waiting for the day when the alphabet soup discourse would become old news. An unnecessary amount of attention has been drawn to this community, making the problems within it that much worse. It should not be a
I did not realize my
gender identity and
my
sexuality
camera.
should not be the sole.
I didn't realize my camera was saying dead in the middle of the screen. Oh man, I don't know what I'm gonna do about that.
Dictators of your belief system. You can be a gay conservative. You can be a straight tomboy. There's unlimited variation.
Cause I can't because I re-record it now. It's like it's gonna be unauthentic. That'd be a little laughy, a little funny, I guess. So yeah, it's alright. I fixed it.
Trying to convince
So.
you otherwise
Good thing
has
I
an
checked
agenda.
though.
The constant pushing of people to adopt the stereotypical beliefs of what it means to be straight or gay is what's truly regressive. Don't let them gaslight you into thinking that their way is the only way. My comment section loves to call me a pick-me, but the truth is that this
Very good usage of her angles, the camera angles, and whatnot, and very nice. This is a very nice ring light, to be honest. Or whatever the thing is, I forget what it's called. I think it's ring light.
community needs people like me pushing back against the mainstream LGBT narrative, because people will respect us so much more when we're seen as singular individuals as opposed to a homogenous group. Not all gay people want queer ideology taught in elementary schools. Not all trans people believe that you should lose your job because you use the wrong pronouns. It's the most extreme of us that get the majority of the publicity and attention, but it is absolutely not representative of the majority. Many US corporations this year stopped supporting Pride events that celebrate
Use corporate parents of corporate American cause. The smooth comes from President Trump. President Trump has shown antipathy for trans protection and has attempted to roll back some LGBT plus friendly federal policies. Experts also note that a growing slice of the public has grown tired of companies taking a stance on social and political issues. Yeah, I've been saying that for eons. San Francisco Pride, the nonprofit that produces one of the country's largest and best known LGBTQ celebrations, is facing a $200 budget gap after corporate donors dropped out. Kansas City, Missouri, and Pride lost $200K, roughly half its annual budget.
LGBTQ plus culture and rights, raising questions about corporate America's commitment to the cause. The moves come as President Donald Trump has attempted to roll back some LGBTQ plus friendly federal policies. This article goes on to yap about how it's all Trump's fault, but it doesn't address the real culprit of the declining support. It's important to decentralize Trump from the conversation because it's not Trump, it's the people that voted for him for reasons just like this. There's a cultural narrative around the extreme progression of the LGBT movement that drove a majority of American voters to choose Trump in the first place. You're not
I mean, this is clear as day, but I think maybe they also had some of this planned, and also a lot of it was them being stupid, like some of the decisions they made over the years. But it's like, I've been saying this for so long, like with how hard it was being pushed in shows, movies, art, just anything in general, like, and not let it happen naturally. And now we're here, and now you got people, this majority, a certain amount of people mad that Trump won, when even gay people, also all people from all across the aisle voted for him. So it's like, you only can be mad at yourself at that point. And who you believe in.
Not getting a pushback from the Trump administration.
Who you did believe in.
You're getting a pushback from the majority of the population. Companies are resourceful. They are clever at identifying trends and studying their environment and their customers' needs. But those needs change and corporations adjust. Yeah, this is just a professional way of saying that companies will do whatever it takes to make more money in the moment. I made a whole video about this exact subject. When you try to force your beliefs onto someone and gaslight them,
I feel like she was giving me the finger there. Like, sheesh, that was tough. She was a real person in the camera fit. I give you a thumbs up.
other way of thinking is immoral and dangerous, you don't change their honest beliefs. You don't give them a cause to fight for. All you're giving them is an incentive to lie. You're giving them a bandwagon to jump on, a trend to follow. So as soon as the mainstream narrative changes, as soon as the trend switches, all of it crumbles. You think you've made a change, but you've only proven how easy you are to fool. A growing slice of the public has grown tired of companies taking a stance on social and political issues. So-called brand activism reached its peak between 2016 and 2022, a period of social upheaval around the pandemic.
This shit fucks how corporations are adjusting to changing culture landscape. Companies and research. Oh shit, I already read that. I'll let her read the rest.
Police brutality and
And then
transgender
we can go
rights.
over it.
But research has since found a growing number of American consumers don't want companies taking positions on such topics. Yeah, no shit. People want to be able to sip a beer without Dylan Mulvaney.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, who? Yeah, big. Yeah, bro. Like, if you were just a normal, everyday American and you had to come home or go to a store just to buy a simple product and you see Dylan Mulvaney on a product that you used to buy every day, and now that product is taking a stance and basically telling you that you're unwelcomed, and it's just like, it's just insane. Like, I feel the same way. Like, no thank you. Like, that shit is bogus.
Mulvaney's goofy face on it. There have always been people who said, I don't want my toothpaste to have an opinion, I just want to use my toothpaste. But the tide has shifted, and research shows there are more people that feel this way now. Did you really need research to figure that out? People are tired of everything being over-politicized. We want to sip on our favorite soda without it being a political statement. Rick Gomez, Target's chief commercial officer, told reporters that it's important to celebrate Heritage Months. They drive sales growth for us. Do you really think these companies ever gave a solitary fuck? Of course not. These corporations will go wherever the money is. They have no desire to be involved in controversy or get caught holding an unpopular opinion in fear of alienating their customers. There was a viral post made on X responding to the graph that shows acceptance of same-sex marriage has declined significantly. It took us 9 years to go from we just want to get married to we will steal your children from you and mutilate them if they claim to be transgender.
Holy shit. Nah, I'm like, bro, I've been saying this. I've been saying this shit since I was in middle school. I've been saying this shit since I was in middle school. I've been saying, like, yo, this shit's just gonna get worse and worse. They're gonna keep taking it to the extreme. Like, I'm fine with people being themselves, but it's like, you gotta, like, you know, grow up to a point before you make these kind of life-altering decisions. And now look at this. Now look at it now. Gay marriage across the board is down. Like, people are not, like, with it as much as they were before. And now you got this going on with them trying to mutilate people's kids. All this crazy stuff with abortions and whatnot. Like, this is insane. Like, I've been saying this shit since forever. I argue with my uncles. I got in arguments with some of my uncles before about this. One of my uncles, and he act like he didn't know this was going on. But I don't know. I'm gonna give him the benefit of the doubt. He may have not. But regardless, like, I've been saying this to multiple people all my, like, for a minute. Since I've been in, like, you know, dip my feet into these kind of news whenever it comes up, and now it's just the water's tipping out the bucket.
Can argue that gay marriage didn't pave the way for this. One of my greatest regrets in life is supporting this abomination when I was libertarian in my 20s. This entire thing should be outlawed everywhere. This post is both nonsensical and incredibly disappointing, but with almost 30,000 likes, it reveals the reality of how many people view LGBT issues. People do not appreciate how quickly and forcefully queer ideology has escalated. We went from gay marriage to threatening people's jobs that were being misgendered in the span of just a few years. People were fine with allowing others to do their thing as long as it didn't affect them, but now it does. I recognize that most straight people, most Republicans even, don't.
Yeah. Yep, it's affecting everyday life, the job markets, like entertainment, food, just you know, whatever. I can't think of any. I'm just naming things on the top of my head, but yeah, for, like, you know, people don't want to, like I said before, like people don't want to deal with that, especially just normal Americans. They want to be able to just get their shit and go on their way. Basically, like, you know, it makes sense. And
Hold
to
this
me,
position. Most people still support gay marriage. Most people don't have an issue with the LGBT, but with the continuous escalation of the rest of the alphabet. Still, several people responded to this post, reinforcing the idea that gay marriage opened the doors for more extreme ideologies. Someone sensible responded to this by saying, or you could ban kids' transgender surgeries and have gay marriage at the same
nope.
time, to which
Whoa. Bro said, nope. We tried that and I'm no longer interested in half measures. Oh, he's talking about the banning of transgender. He wants something more severe. Oh, okay. I thought he meant like the opposite.
at the same time, to which the OP replied, nope, we tried that and I'm no longer interested in half measures. To the guy who said this, and for the other 14% of Republicans who no longer support gay marriage, I understand what's led you here. But just like you don't want to be categorized and stereotyped, neither do we. Not all gay people want to see kids at drag shows. Not all trans people believe.
Obviously, agreed. I have gay family members as well, and most of them don't think like this. So it's like, you know, I definitely agree with that fact for sure.
Believe that minors should be able to undergo surgical transition. These common stereotypes are often misrepresentations of the majority opinion. I'm sure you understand this concept as you've had your own share of controversies that people continuously bring up as if it represents the majority of the group. Don't.
Well, they bring the other up way more than the Elon thing. I think, like, to this day, we're still hearing about the January 6th shit.
Let the extremists ruin the freedom of everybody else in this community.
Damn, she really trying to get a she really trying to get a sponsor of some clothing company or some shit. She hitting it though. She killing it with the camera for sure.
We're at the restaurant. We're
Fucking
both starving.
fire ass cards.
I'm almost done. Just 20 more
Exclusive
steps.
content like this on Patreon.
Square up.
This is her Patreon. Well, that is it. That is it, guys. I hope you enjoyed. I had a good time. I think it was a good, really good video. She was very informed, very well thought out, and very well spoken. I enjoyed every bit of it, and I have agree with pretty much all her points. Like, this is just common sense shit, to be honest, to me. And this is how I always thought since I was a kid. Like, well, since I seen what I seen and you know, grew my thoughts as I grew up. These are just kind of things that always made sense to me. But let me know what you guys thought about her video down below in the reaction. Make sure to leave a like and a comment, and please subscribe. And I'll see you in the next one. Good night, and have a good one. Peace.